Welcome to the Women's Wellness Council, Healing Chronic Illness the Feminine Way. We're so glad you're here. Thank you so much for opting in to be part of this circle of women that are gathering here now. So my name's Frances, if you haven't met me before.
And I'm Sophie.
Yeah, we're so thrilled to have you here today with us. So today is going to be an opportunity for a little bit of an introduction to our work and us and what we're bringing here and what we're doing here at Women's Wellness Circle and through the Women's Wellness Council. So we'll start today with a little embodied practice to help you really connect to your body and start to connect to some of your innate wisdom within yourself. So let's just start to bring your hands to your head and give your crown a nice massage. So making contact with your body can help to release oxytocin. So really bringing your attention into your body as you do this. Maybe stroking your hands over your head, perhaps bringing your hands down to the back of your neck. The occiput, the area at the back of the sort of top of the neck, below the bony bit there and into the neck. Maybe also just stroking your hands over your forehead and giving your temples a little massage, coming into your body, grounding yourself in your body, bringing your hands to your jaw, let your jaw be loose and relaxed. So this is often one of the practices we start with when we're doing courses and running events and retreats and things and workshops. And bring your hands to the back of your neck. Just give your neck a bit more of a massage, and then into your shoulders. Maybe do one shoulder, just a nice squeeze, and the other shoulder as you really start to inhabit this body of yours. And then bringing your hand down, one arm, just really contacting each part of your body as you do it, into your palm. Give your palm a nice massage, and then into each of your fingers and the thumb. Really inhabiting your body with your awareness as you do this, calling your awareness inside, and then down the other arm. I'm doing this in whatever way feels good for your body now, whatever kind of contact or touch that your body wants right now. And then bringing your hands to your chest area and giving your chest a nice massage, and including the areas beneath between your rib cages and into your armpits. There's quite a lot of points of lymphatic drainage around here, which can really help your lymph system to flow. And if you're not able to exercise much, then getting your lymph system to flow is quite very supportive for your healing and health. And then coming into your chest area, including your breasts as well. So giving your breath a nice massage now. This helps to release stress, releasing oxytocin into your system. And then bring your hands below your chest and maybe do little circles out between your rib cage and below your rib cage. And then perhaps do some nice circles over your belly as you soften into your belly and connect into your belly. Bring your awareness down into your belly with your hands and your contact with your body. Call your awareness down into the space of your body, into your womb, into your belly, into your pelvis. Or if you haven't got a womb anymore, where your womb would have been, really contacting this part of your body. And then maybe bring your hands together, put up some energy there, and sending that into your kidneys around the back of your body, the base of your rib cage at the back. And that can really help to soothe your kidneys, which, if there's a lot of fear in your system, can be running a lot of adrenaline. Your adrenal glands sit just above your kidneys. So just soothing your kidneys now with your awareness and your touch. And then bring your hands down your lower back, making contact all the way down to your buttocks. Give your buttocks a nice squeeze, and down your upper legs. And maybe giving the outer part of your upper legs a squeeze and the inner part of your upper legs a squeeze with your fingers and your thumbs. And if you're comfortable to do so, you can go down to your calves and your ankles and your feet, and if you can't do that comfortably, you could just send your awareness down there to really contact your feet and your ankles and your calves, and really enter this lower part of your body. And as you do that, also feeling that connection to the earth beneath you, so the ground beneath your feet and the earth beneath that, Mother Earth beneath that. See if you can have a sense of calling in strength and support from the earth energy, and calling that in through your body. And then also feeling a sense of the women that are gathering here for this Women's Wellness Council, Healing Chronic Illness the Feminine Way. Feel a sense of the many women who are going to be speaking for this event, and the women that are gathering to be supported and held in this circle. Maybe you know some of the women already, maybe you don't. But either way, just opening your heart to receive a sense of that connection and support that's there for you. And maybe just taking a couple of conscious breaths as you really drink in that connection with the earth, the sense of sisterhood and the sense of being in your own body for a moment, landing here more fully, the gentle smile at your lips. And then when you're ready, you can move your fingers and toes and maybe have a little stretch. And I'll hand over to Sophie for a minute.
Thank you, Fran. That was wonderful. And thank you to you for opting in and for being part of this circle and part of this grand experiment that is the Women's Wellness Council. And in this video today, we're going to tell you more about what you can expect from the council. We're also going to share about what inspired us to create this, our own healing journeys from chronic illness, and a little bit more about what we mean when we say healing chronic illness the feminine way. So before we start by talking about our own healing journeys, I want to give you a little sneak peek of some of the healing keys, the healing wisdom that you can expect to receive from this council, from this interview series. So we'll be exploring things like how you can use your sensitivity as a resource for your healing and for your life, how you can harness the magic and mystery of your menstrual cycle and of your cyclical nature as a woman to support your healing, how nature and nature's seasons can be an incredible ally on the healing path, how you can embrace your sexual energy for healing, how you can embrace all aspects of your being to support your healing path, how to navigate the river of emotions that can come up with life with chronic illness, the frustration, the anger, the loneliness, and also tools and techniques to support you with whatever symptoms you're experiencing right now and with whatever challenges and conditions that you have right now to support you to manage the pain and the physical symptoms. But for now, let's share our personal healing journey. So I'll hand over to you, Fran.
Yeah, so many of you may know me, and for those that don't, I used to have chronic fatigue syndrome in my early 20s for 5 years, which at times left me bedbound for a few days at a time, or housebound for days on end. And I explored many different things to help me to heal, things like meditation and yoga and changing my diet, becoming more aware of my patterns, and eventually I made a full recovery and a full and lasting recovery. And in the 10 years since then, I've been supporting many people from around the world to heal from chronic illnesses like ME or fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome or multiple chemical sensitivity. And I've become particularly passionate about working with groups of women and supporting women to heal chronic illness in group settings. And also for me, when I was healing, a big part of my healing journey was to reach out to friends and women to support me in my healing and to help me recognize patterns in myself and help me create new ways of being and just to feel held and supported.
Thank you. Yeah, so my healing journey began about 7 years ago when I got appendicitis and then was on a month of antibiotics, and it created all kinds of chaos in my system, in my digestive system. And I went through 5 years of chronic digestive pain, chronic nausea every day, and then all the systemic stuff that can come with chronic digestive illness, like brain fog, having no memory at all, joint pain, and a general sense of fatigue, and also cycles of depression and emotional challenges that really got in the way of my work a lot and really made my relationship struggle. And it was a really challenging and difficult journey, and one that helped me to grow more into the fullness of who I am. And I'm really pleased to say that now, today, I'm symptom free and I'm living a healthy life again. And it's made me completely passionate about exploring the roots of chronic illness and also different ways that we can heal by harnessing the feminine wisdom in our own bodies, which is why we've created the Women's Wellness Council.
Yeah, so both of our healing journeys really inspired us to create Women's Wellness Circle and then also the Women's Wellness Council. And we really created this to share the tried and tested tools that supported us to heal and supported clients to heal as well, within the supportive circle of sisters, within that container of support. So we support women with many different chronic illnesses like chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, endometriosis, IBS, and other autoimmune illnesses. We've also had a woman that came with after post-surgery, healing post-surgery. So any kind of any woman with a chronic health problem is welcome to be part of this circle of sisterhood, or even if you're feeling just burnt out and just really long for that support and know that you could be heading down that road if you carry on the way you are. So it's been going really well. We've had some amazing feedback from the women that have come and taken part in our online events and in-person retreats. Feedback like 20 years of pain has now gone. You've saved my life. And it's amazing to now feel connected to a circle of women who get what I'm going through. Your work is providing the missing piece in that I always felt that the need for connection and support and community around my healing was so important, and that's missing out of other systems. So we've had some great feedback about what we're offering, and it really feels like it's something that's important and needed on the planet at the moment. And this really inspires us and keeps us doing what we're doing and what we love. So
our work is coming from a place of curiosity and wanting to explore and experiment and discover a new and fresh approach to healing chronic illness. Because what we both found when we were healing, and what we see in the women that we work with, is the Western medical model, although it's wonderful for surgery and for trauma and for acute illness, isn't able to serve those of us who have chronic, complex health issues. And that many of us find that we need to explore different paths that are more holistic and more nurturing and actually speak to all levels of our being, not just our physical symptoms and trying to fix those, but our emotions, our thought patterns, and the bigger aspect of ourselves, our soul and our heart. So we're fascinated by this. We're fascinated by what helps to create healing. And we decided to create this council to call together women that we know and love and whose work we deeply respect, to interview them and explore how to approach chronic illness from a fresh perspective, how to bring in feminine wisdom. And it's going to be a very exciting adventure. We're going to go through, we're going to go through some of the different aspects of the council now, in answer to the question, what do we mean when we say healing chronic illness the feminine way?
Yeah, so one of the things we mean is that it's about holistic healing. It's about exploring all levels of our being as a woman. So it's about really being in our bodies, working with our bodies, and within our bodies we've got these different parts of ourselves that we can deeply connect with. We can connect to our heart and the wisdom in our hearts. We can connect to the wisdom in our bellies, the wisdom in our wombs, the wisdom deep within our bodies. So that's one level of our being. And then working with our minds and getting the mindset right, working with thoughts and beliefs that aren't serving us in healing, and also accessing that wider mind, the larger mind of who we can be, the bigger awareness that fills our body and can contain what the other elements of ourselves, like our emotions that want to flow through this body and need space to move, and that actually often beneath chronic physical symptoms there can be suppressed emotions. So to make space for those emotions to be safely revealed and to come to light is part of the work we do, and we believe is often important as part of the path to healing chronic illness. Also looking at the heart and our relationships to other people and the world and how we communicate authentically. And the soul, that kind of the bigger, vaster aspect of ourselves, looking at things like our purpose here and who we really want to be in the world. So really this is all about kind of, you know, different practices and tools that can support us in accessing these different levels of our being. And there will be, following on from this online event, there will also be a course where we'll explore all of this in more depth, and really feeling our sense of our connection to everything, to the whole, that we're not separate. We are actually also connected to everything. We're connected to each other. We can't help but be connected to the even the pain that is passed down through the feminine line, the pain of women living in an environment with the patriarchy for a long time. So it's really kind of connecting to this holistic level where can't help but be connected to a bigger sense of who we are and these different levels of our being. And actually it really serves us when we're working with chronic illness to access the deeper level of ourselves and work in perhaps a more feminine way that really recognizes our connection to everything, to all of life. So Sophie, I'll hand over to you to talk more about the healing keys inside the body and to wrap up.
Beautiful. Thanks, Fran. So many of these 20 pioneers that we've gathered for this council are experts in exploring the healing keys that exist within the female body. So I want to share a couple of those now, just to give a taster of what we're going to be exploring in the series. One of them is oxytocin, and I'm in this love affair with this hormone. It's often called the goddess hormone. And to cut a long story short, I read a book a year ago which talked about the stress response and how up until 20 years ago, the only stress research that was done was on male subjects. There was no studies done on female subjects because the female hormonal system is so complicated. They said it wasn't possible to measure it. So everyone just assumed that the female and the male stress response was the same. And luckily, an amazing woman called Shirley Taylor did some research to explore what actually happens in the female system when there is stress, and discovered that the stress response is different, that in female bodies there's this flush of this healing hormone, oxytocin, that inspires us to move towards others, to create community and to tend and befriend. And what this means for us as women that have chronic illness is that we can actively cultivate a flush of oxytocin in our bodies, and it can help us to bring our stress levels down and help to activate the rest and digest part of our beings and help to balance our immune system. So it's this incredible healing ally. And it's one of the reasons why at Women's Wellness Circle we gather women together in nurturing circles of sisterhood, because it's such a good atmosphere for awakening oxytocin. And it's why, like at the beginning of this session, Fran guided us through an embodied practice, because that's another way to access this healing hormone. And you'll be hearing at the beginning of all of the sessions that we do in the council a short meditation to help to wake up oxytocin. Plus, we're going to share a 10-minute guided practice from each of our incredible speakers that will also help to get this flowing in your system. So it's going to be an oxytocin fest. The other aspect that we'll be exploring a lot, the other healing key that we have access to right here in our bodies right now, is our own cyclical nature. So for those of us that have a menstrual cycle, we can experience our menstrual cycle as our own self-care guru and self-care tool, showing us when we've got more energy and we can step out in the world more, or when we've got less energy and we need to tend to ourselves and take care of ourselves. And for those women that don't have a menstrual cycle because you're in menopause or you don't have it for another reason, we explore how you can tap into the moon and the flow of the moon to explore your own cyclical nature, manage your energy levels, and understand yourself more as a woman in this world.
Nice. Yeah. So another aspect is looking at sisterhood and the healing power of working within a context of the container of a circle of women who get what you're going through. And the feminine really thrives when it's deeply received, listened to, and witnessed, rather than being fixed, and the power of simply being heard. And many of the women that come to us really comment how powerful it is to be seen and met and to be understood within a supportive container like this. And that many women that I've worked with in recent years in small groups have said that it's been one of the most powerful experiences they've had of deep connection, and it's been quite amazing what's occurred as a result of that container. of support. And actually women have been gathering together for thousands of years, and we're actually tapping into an ancient lineage of women supporting women. And we really feel that it's really needed on the planet at the moment for healing the collective feminine wounds from thousands of years of patriarchy, which is still alive in the world today, and it's still alive in our body memory. And we believe that this is part of the reason that more women than men get chronic illnesses, and that the pain of this is passed down through the feminine line. And for women to start to recognize this and to overcome this and to become more empowered in themselves is a part of this process, and gathering together really supports this.
Yeah, I want to pull on one of those threads that you brought up there, Fran, which is the ancientness of what we're doing, and that it's true that women have been gathering together to support each other for thousands of years. And there are many ancient goddess myths that share deep feminine wisdom that's timeless, that we can bring alive for us as modern day women who are on a healing journey. And it's another aspect of our work is we weave in this ancient wisdom and bring it alive for us as modern day women. So one of the myths that we work with a lot is the myth of Inanna and her descent down into the underworld. And that's because many of us who are on a chronic health healing journey feel like we've been taken by the hand and dragged down into the underworld of pain and frustration and all the different symptoms that we navigate. And the beautiful thing about these myths is the goddesses go down into the underworld because they know there's gold for them there in the dark. And when they return, they come back more fuller and more awakened versions of themselves. And so we can access the healing wisdom of these myths and start to see our healing path as an initiatory journey that's awakening us up to more of who we are, which was a big part of the illness for both Fran and I. And it's beautiful to see. We've noticed that the women that we work with in this way, it's helpful for them to see their healing journey as part of a bigger mythical, archetypal, collective experience. It somehow makes sense of the suffering and the challenges that we have to go through.
So as well as this bigger archetypal level of working on ourselves and seeing illness really as a path to maybe waking up to the fullness of who we are, we also use tried and tested tools to support women to work with specific issues. So tools like emotional freedom technique, which is also known as the tapping, which both of us use to support our own healing journeys, and I've been doing for 10 years now, and I'm really passionate about the power of this tool to support working with underlying emotions and getting relief from them, underlying thought patterns and all those different things that can be going on beneath chronic physical symptoms to help get relief and move forwards. Tools like a pause, which is a way of calming unhelpful thought patterns and beliefs and choosing new ways of being. Tools like meditation, and the power of meditation, the power of women's temple practice, including things like the oxytocin rinse we did at the start of today's call. So if you'd like to experience any of these tools that we use within Women's Wellness Circle, then there will be an opportunity to learn more about that as part of an online course that will follow on from this council, which we'd love to have you as part of as well. And Sophie, I'll hand over to you to talk a bit more about the earth and feeling the pain of the earth.
Yeah, this is another powerful thread that will flow through the whole of the Women's Wellness Council. We're seeing it popping up in so many of the different women that we're talking to. And also it's a theme that is so alive in the world today, which is that the connection between our bodies and the body of the earth, and that how we as women have been for thousands of years subjugated under the influence of this patriarchal culture that we've been living in. And how for the last 100 to 200 years, the same thing has been happening to the earth, that the earth has been raped and pillaged and dominated for our own use. And a lot of people are starting to wonder about the connection between this chronic illness epidemic that we see in women. You know, 2/3 to 3/4 of the people that have chronic illness are women. And could it be something to do with the fact that we're feeling receptive beings, and that we're somehow sensing the pain of the earth, and it's somehow expressing itself through our own bodies. And why would that not happen? Because we are totally interwoven with this world. You know, our bodies are made up of food that comes from the earth. We're washing in her waters and we're breathing in her air all the time. So the beautiful aspect of this is that if there is this connection between our bodies and the body of the earth, then as we take the steps we need to take on our healing journey, every step that we can take is helping to benefit the other women that we're connected to, and also this beautiful planet that we're connected to. So this healing journey that we're on is rippling out in beautiful ways to our community and also to the earth beneath us, our beautiful, precious earth.
Yeah, so just clarifying some key takeaways really from today's call, like takeaways like looking at the holistic level of healing, working on all levels of our being, the healing wisdom that is within our own bodies through the release of stress, releasing oxytocin, and following our cycles, following nature's cycles, and the healing power of coming together as circles of women and the complete container of support that can enable, and also tapping into ancient feminine wisdom and knowing that we're part of something bigger, including looking at the earth and what's happening on the planet today. And finally, and importantly, also tried and tested tools and techniques that can also support us on this healing path.
So thank you so much for being part of this circle and being part of this grand experiment and exploring a fresh approach to healing chronic illness that honors us as women and honors the innate feminine wisdom that we have in our bodies. It's going to be a great adventure. We're really glad that you're with us. I want to explore a bit of how the series is going to unfold. So on March the 8th, which is International Women's Day, we're going to launch the Women's Wellness Council, and each day we'll be we'll be sharing 4 different interviews, and these interviews will be totally free for you for 48 hours. And if you'd like to have lifetime access, then you can buy our Women's Wellness Council medicine bag, which will have all of the recordings of the interviews plus 10-minute guided practices from each of the women that we speak to. So you'll have these 20 10-minute meditations that can support you with your ongoing healing. And there'll also be in the medicine bag our emotional freedom technique for healing chronic illness online course, as well as a link to register for a live Q&A coaching call with Fran and I. So it's going to be a wonderful journey. We're so glad that you're with us, and that we really hope that you'll leave after this council experiencing a sense of relief and ease in your body, understanding more about your own healing path and the healing keys that exist right here within your own female body. So we're going to close up now, and we'll do that with a short practice. So I invite you to bring your hand to your chest and also one hand to your belly if you have both hands free. Take a couple of deeper breaths. Let there be a sigh on your exhale. Receive your breath a little bit deeper down into your body as you feel the earth underneath you and the support that is always here for you. How you're being hugged down to the earth by gravity. And then also bring to mind the circle of women that are here practicing with you. Women who understand what it takes to be on this healing journey from chronic illness. And know that everything you're experiencing today is totally welcome here in this circle. And again, take a couple of deeper breaths as you bring your awareness to your heart and give yourself some gratitude that you chose to be here today listening to this, and that you're taking this powerful step on your healing journey. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and see if you can remain with some of your awareness in that sense of connection to the sisterhood and gratitude for yourself. Thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to taking this journey with you.
Wishing you well, sisters.